Longhouse battle in Chicago 8 years before. Everyone's stunned by the fury of Lewis's attack.
What's happening, my friends? It's Cast Sports again, back for another afternoon with the family. Now, as usual, before I get started, let me give a shout out to the JBT community. It's just boxing talk. We're a group of people who just love to talk boxing. And we're always looking for others to join us. And you don't have to have a podcast. The only requirement is you just have to love to talk boxing. That's all. This cast hashtag JBT. Thomas Hill hashtag JBT. Salute to everyone and welcome to another episode of Cast Sports, the Box Historian. Today, the life and career of Hector Camacho. And you know what time it is. If it's Monday through Friday, 2 p.m., it's the Box Historian, bringing you all of that boxing history. Boxing is the greatest sport of them all. That's why we love it. Can't get enough of it. How's everyone? Friday afternoon edition of Cast Sports, the Box Historian. Pulled right up on another weekend. Got a couple fight cards tomorrow. Got one from Mexico. Then we got one from Carson City, California, headlined by Diego Pacheco. We're going to go over that one. But yeah, we're going to talk about the Macho Man, Hector Macho Camacho. He had a 30-year career. He went from like 1980 to up in the 10s, right around 2010, somewhere around in there. Had a fire resume. he put Roberto Duran and Sugar Ray Leonard on that resume at the end of their careers. Sugar Ray was commentating on the Camacho Roberto Duran second fight, and Camacho won it kind of controversially. And Sugar Ray felt he could beat him. So Sugar Ray came back out of retirement again. I think it's like the third time. But he went in there and got stopped. So bad move, Sugar Ray. James Brody in the building. What's up, James Brody? The life and career of the Macho Man today. Salute, James. We're glad to have you aboard. And I got my first interview coming up next week, Wednesday, the 4th. It's going to be Marvin McDowell, also known as Brother Umar. Yeah, he runs the, what is it called? The Books and Hooks program here in Baltimore, Maryland. Books and Hooks, yeah. He's going to be here with me next Wednesday, Marvin McDowell. Y'all seen him over there on J Hardcore. He's a regular on the Old Timers show on Sundays, and he's going to be on Cash Sports Wednesday. It's going to be my first interview. And then I'm shooting for my second one to be Turkey Alley Chic. See how that work out? Yeah. But yeah, I got Marvin lined up for next Wednesday. Okay, let's talk fashion in the building. What's up, Let's Talk Fashion? That's Remo, proprietor of our fashion show. I was going to say talent show. Fashion show. What's up, Remo? Fire fashion show there. Got a new episode out there. Came out Wednesday at 10 a.m. I can't stop talking about it, man. That Let's Talk Fashion is on fire. But yeah, we got 2 cards tomorrow. One from Mexico, one from Carson City, California. We're going to touch on the one from Carson City, California. Mike Rem. What's up, Mike? Salute. How are you today? Good to have Mike Rem aboard. Mike Rem is always aboard. He's always here. But salute, Mike. Good to see you. Oh yeah, and excuse me. Thomas Hill gave me a great idea. I did the show on Floyd against the Legends Wednesday, remember? You know, Floyd against like 20 legends from different eras, how it would fare against them. And that's going to become a regular segment of the show. It's going to be on Tuesdays. Every Tuesday, it's going to be, I'm going to pick one person, one fighter, and then see how he would fare against legends from different eras. That's going to be every week now, every Tuesday. And we're going to start next Tuesday with Oscar De La Hoya against the legends from different eras. So that's going to be a brand new segment of the show. Bruce Gas, Boxing, Jazz, and more. And then it's going to be mandatory to drop the link during those shows. And I'm going to need y'all in the chat to hit that link and come on up and tell me what y'all think about those matchups, because the show is just what I thought about them. You know, I'm going to need to see what y'all think too. So we're going to get like 40 to 45 minutes of link time after those shows. I'm going to try to drop it like 3:15, and then we're going to talk about it, you know. But yeah, that's going to be every Tuesday. Legend against the legends. We started it this week with Floyd. I didn't plan on making the regular segment, but Thomas Hill had a great idea when he said I should make it a regular segment. So it's going to start Tuesday. Oscar against people like the Hitman, Sugar Ray, Henry Armstrong. You know, guys that fought around those weight classes. Because, you know, most of them fought in a few different weight classes. And any other weight classes, you know, they're eligible to be a part of it, you know. The matchup. So starting with Oscar next week, and yeah, I'm gonna need y'all to come up, hit the link after those shows on Tuesday. So let me know what y'all think about it. But salute Bruce Gas, Boxing, Jazz, and more. Yeah, Ant McQueen made a good point too. He was saying it depends on, well, you know, Ant McQueen gonna always make a good point. But he was saying it depends on exactly where each of these fighters' careers when they met up or how it would go. So we'll just say prime versus prime, you know. At what point in each of these fighters' careers were they at the top of their game? That's debatable too, but that's what we'll just say. Prime versus prime. But that's going to be a regular segment every Tuesday. It's going to be a lot of work, take some research and stuff, but that's what I do. So yeah, looking forward to that. That should be fun. And I'm looking forward to the chat's input to hit that link and come on up here. And you know, not just Thomas Hill and Ant McQueen and Remo. I need everybody to hit it. Mike Rem, Mike Mazik, all of y'all knowledgeable boxing fans. You have to start coming up here. Let me know what you think, especially on Tuesdays. Yeah. And yeah, my first interview is next Wednesday. Marvin McDowell, also known as Brother Umar, right? He runs the Books and Hooks program up here in Baltimore, Maryland. Okay. Big time boxing trainer here. Yep, we're gonna have him next week. And like I said, I'm trying to get my second interview to be Turkey Alley Sheik. Okay, seriously. Don't be surprised. All right. But today it's going to be the life and career of Hector Macho Camacho. You know, he had a long career, 30 years. And let's see what's happening. We got 2 cards tomorrow. We got one from Mexico. We got one from Carson City, California. Let's look at the one from Carson City, California, because I don't know anybody on that one from Mexico on that card. But yeah, the one from Carson City is headlined by Diego Pacheco and Maciej Sulecki. You know, D1 in the building. D1 from the Angry White Men podcast. And guess what? It's Friday. That's tonight. The Angry White Men podcast will close the day down for the JBT at 10 p.m. Yep. Now, Old School lost his sister, so probably won't be there. But D1 will be there, and he'll be angry. Okay? So that's tonight at 10 p.m. Make sure you tune in for that. Yeah, Friday is a big day. Had that Fire Casuals show this morning. J Hardcore started the ball rolling. And then we got this guy at 2 o'clock, calls himself the Boxtorian. He's on now. And then 4 o'clock, Just Do Boxing. And then 8 o'clock, J Hardcore spins the block and is back in the hangout for the Friday night hangout. And buckle your seatbelts for that. You don't know what might not happen in there. And BYOW, bring your own whatever. Okay? Then 9 o'clock, the Mighty Rise podcast. And D1 says, William will be there. Okay. Old School will be in the building tonight. And D1 said he'll be super angry tonight. Okay. Yeah, both of y'all always super angry, D1. Tell us something we don't know. We already know y'all going to be super angry. But Old School will be joining D1 tonight on their podcast, 10 p.m. Angry White Men podcast. Okay. And yeah, let's look at this card real quick. Then we're going to start talking about Hector Macho Camacho and his 30-year career he had. But yeah, tomorrow, it's Diego Pacheco versus Maciej somebody Sulecki. But here's his name. Let y'all pronounce it. I don't know what this man's first name is. N-A-C-I-E-J. Now, what is that, man? How do you pronounce that? But there it is. Y'all pronounce it for yourself. Yeah, he's fighting Diego Pacheco tomorrow. What is that? Maceo? Remember Maceo Parker? Used to play with James Brown. Played the saxophone, yeah. But that's Maciej. Okay. But anyway, he's in the main event against Diego Pacheco tomorrow. And now Pacheco comes into this fight 21-0, undefeated. And he had a very decorated amateur career, 23 years old. He's 2-0 so far this year, going for his 3rd win this year. His last fight was a hard-fought win over the previously unbeaten Sean McCormick. That was in April. Remember that one? And Sulecki comes in 32 wins, 2 losses. Now he's on a 4-fight winning streak, right? And his last loss, he was going for the WBO middleweight title against Demetrius Andrade in 2019. He lost that one, but he hadn't lost since then. Nope, hadn't lost since then. And he's been in there with Daniel Jacobs, so he's got a pretty good resume. Gabe Rosado, got a win over Gabe, like he does, so pretty good resume, right? Now, let's take a look at the undercard right quick before we get started on Hector Macho Camacho's brilliant 30-year career. Okay? Yeah, anybody, what is that first name? Because I don't know it. All I know, it starts with my M. Then I got lost after that. But his last name is Sulecki. Okay? Now, the co-main is Eduardo Nunez versus Miguel Mariaga. That's super featherweight. Okay. And Nunez comes in with just one loss, 26-1. And he's on a 16 fight winning streak, right? Last loss is in 2018. Okay. And his opponent, who's he fighting again? Nunez versus Mariaga. Okay. Mariaga is 31-7. He's a three-time world title challenger. Okay. And he got 26 wins by knockout. 26 knockouts in 31 fights. Let me a calculator. Y'all know how I am about these knockout rates. That is fantabulous. Or fabtabulous. I got that from Jay Hardcore. 26 wins in 31 fights is 84%. Not bad. So that's tonight. That's the co-main. Okay. And then other fights on the card right quick is Trayvon Clark versus Efito Ball Apoki. Oh, I'm sorry. I tore his name up. Now, Trayvon is undefeated, 9-0, right? And he recently won the British Cruiserweight title. Okay. He beat Eli Zorro, who was a European champion at the time. And Pokey is 12-2. Made his presence felt in the All Africa Games in 2011. He's had a long career. And he won medals in the Commonwealth and African Games, right? He's a decorated amateur. We got Adelaide Ruiz versus Jenny Fuchs. Some females on there. This is at super flyweight. Got a belt at stake. The interim WBC super flyweight title at stake in that one, right? Ruiz is the champion, and she's 16-0 with one draw. Her opponent, Fuchs, is 3-0. Okay, I'm not gonna state what I thought that was. Fuchs. Arturo Popoca versus Jesus Valdez. Bantamweights, no belts at stake. Popoca comes in 14-0, one draw. Valdez 21, just one loss, 21-1. Okay, Fabian Rojo versus Alejandro Riaz Rodriguez. Welterweights. Rojo comes in at 9-0, no loss. Okay, his last fight was an impressive knockout win against Daniel Gonzalez. That was just in June, and that was his second fight this year. So he's going after his third win this year. And Rodriguez comes in 15 wins, 10 losses, 2 draws, 2-2 in his last couple fights. And then finally we got Chris Tech Baldoa versus Kyle Irwin. There are a pair of super lightweights, 140. Baldoa comes in at 5-0. His opponent comes in at 3-0. No, Irwin is Baldoa is 5-0, but this is his fourth fight this year. 3-0 so far this year. Irwin is 7-2. 2-2 in his last 4 fights. That's tomorrow. Diego Pacheco, Maciej Sulecki. Okay. Mike Mazik in the building. What's up, Mike Mazik? How are you today? It's Friday. If you're not, anybody that ain't ready for the weekend better get ready for it. Because it's here. It started. Mine started yesterday. Okay. And the life and career of Hector Macho Camacho. Starting in about 3 or 4 minutes. Appreciate everybody that's in the building today. And for those who wasn't here, my first interview is next Wednesday. Marvin McDowell, also known as Brother Umar. Okay? He trains a lot of young fighters up here in Baltimore, Maryland. And he'll be here Wednesday, September 4th. I'm going to be interviewing him. Yep. And anybody got any questions you want to ask Marvin, let me know. Okay. He runs the Books and Hooks program. Let me write that down because I keep forgetting it. the Books and Hooks program. Yep. And he'll be here next Wednesday. And like I said, trying to get my second interview to be Turkey Alley Chic. Y'all might be laughing, but don't be surprised. Okay. I'm in here one day and me and Turkey gonna be chopping it up. Okay. I got some questions for Turkey too. Do you think you deserve to be in the Hall of Fame? Turkey would probably check out on me when I asked him that. But let's get ready to talk about Hector Camacho. Oh yeah, and then we got that good segment starting next week. Thomas Hill gave me the idea. You know, when I did the show Wednesday on Floyd Mayweather against the legends, had like 20 legends from different eras, and saw how Floyd would fare against him. And T. Hill said that would be a good idea to make a regular segment, so that's what it is. It's going to be every Tuesday. And we're going to start Tuesday with Oscar De La Hoya against the legends. You know, Oscar, how would he fare against legends from different eras? And like I said, we're going to have a lot of link time on those shows, and I need everybody to come up and tell me what they think about those matchups, because the show is just what I think about it. Okay, and not just Thomas Hill and Ant McQueen and Reba. Need some of y'all other knowledgeable boxing people, like Mike Mazik, Mike Rim, D1, Goose Gas Boxing Jazz, and more. Need to see what y'all think about these ideas. So that's going to be fun, starting Tuesday. Okay? The legend against the legends. That's what it's called, the legend against the legends. And they're going to put in a different legend every week. And it don't have to just be the modern era, you know. We'll have some of the old guys like Henry Armstrong against legends from different eras, you know, or Sugar Ray Robinson. How will he fare against legends from different eras, you know? There's a lot of guys that fought around the same weight classes, and that's going to start next Tuesday. And Marvin McDowell will be here Wednesday, okay? But today, Hector Camacho is here. And let's get ready to start. Lonnie Lee will be here in a couple of minutes. Lonnie usually texts in early on Friday. Trips out that side door from work on Fridays, you know. That's how I used to do it. You said, where Cass at? Oh, I saw him getting in his truck like 15 minutes ago. He gone. It's Friday, man. Nobody fooling with y'all. Okay. The life and career of Hector Camacho. Hector Macho Camacho. Okay, I got to get situated. I got a show phone. I got a chat phone. And then I got my laptop. My laptop is for the displays and stuff. Got everything all charged up, ready to go. I got 92% on one, 53% on one, and the laptop is at 99. Okay. But yeah, we're going to be talking about Hector. Hector had a brilliant career. Went 30 years. Fire resume. But everybody back in that era had fire resumes, because everybody fought everybody, you know. You wasn't worrying about no O or who's on what side of the street and all that kind of nonsense. You wanted to prove you was the best, okay? And if some guy coming in your division with a belt and you got one, you wanted to get that belt up off of him. You know, you ain't coming in my division with no belt calling yourself champion. I'm the champion. That's how it was back in the day. Boxing is all messed up nowadays, but we still love it. But we can still complain about it too. But how is everybody doing? It's Friday. You ready to start another weekend? But it's already started. You know, this is a big day in the JBT. We done already had J. It's still early though, because we already had J Hardcore started it off. And then we had Remo and Ant, the casuals. That's Cass Sports. Then we got Just Do Boxing at 4. And then Jay Hardcore is on his way around the block now. He might pop in here on his way around it, but he'll be around it by 8 and be back in the hangout, Friday night hangout. Mighty Rise Podcast at 9. And then the Angry White Men going to shut it down. We're going to shut it down in style. And D1 has informed us that William Old School Rant will be in the building tonight. Okay, so yeah. We have both of the Angry White Men. And D1 said they're not going to be angry. They're going to be super angry. So make sure you check that out tonight at 10 p.m. Close down another fire JBT week, really. Yup. Okay, the life and career of Hector Camacho. Now, Sunday is coming too. I get my grades for the week Sunday. I'll take a B. I'll take a B. Yeah, I ain't greedy. It ain't got to be an A plus. Now, Hector Luis Camacho Matias. Okay. Now, he's commonly known by his nickname, Macho Camacho, Puerto Rican professional boxer and entertainer, right? He was known for his quickness in the ring and his flamboyant style. Yeah, very flamboyant. Now, like I said, he competed. He had a 30-year career from 1980 to 2010, and he was a world champion in 3 weight classes. Okay, he had the WBC super featherweight title. Had that from 83 to 84. He had the WBC lightweight title from 1985 to 1987. And he had the WBO junior welterweight title 2 times between 1989 and 1992. Okay. Now, Hector fought out of the southpaw style. Okay. Now he fought in 7 weight divisions. Let's do that first. Hector fought in 7 different weight classes. Started at super featherweight, lightweight, junior welterweight, junior middleweight, and super middleweight, okay? And he was a world champion in 3 of them. That was a wide range, all the way from super featherweight 126 to super middleweight 160, okay? Hector went through all of them and won titles in 3 of them. Now he fought out of the southpaw style. He was 5 feet 7 inches tall. He had a reach of 67 inches. Yep. Just Do Boxing in the building. Salute Just Do Boxing. Coming up at 4 p.m. Always got something good for us. So we're looking forward to that. I'm going to take you right on up to the doorstep, and then we're going on in the building at 4 p.m. Okay? Salute Just Do Boxing. Now, Hector had a total of 88 fights, right? He won 79. He lost 6. He had 3 draws. He wasn't really a power guy. He had 38 wins by way of knockout, though. Yeah. Now, in a storied amateur career, Hector won 3 New York Golden Gloves tournaments, beginning with the sub-novice 112-pound championship in 1978. Now, during his professional career, Hector had many notable fights against some of the biggest names in boxing, defeating Roberto Duran twice late in Duran's career, and he knocked out Sugar Ray Leonard, okay? Now, he also fought Julio Cesar Chavez, Felix Trinidad, and Oscar De La Hoya, among others. And we're going to touch on these fights later. I'm just mentioning them now, but later in the show, we're going to go a little bit deeper into all these fights, okay? Now, during his later years, Camacho expanded his popular role and appeared in a variety of Spanish-language reality television shows, okay? Including Dancing Show. I don't even know why I started that, because I can't pronounce that. But this Spanish TV dancing show, he appeared in that, okay? And he appeared on a weekly segment on the popular show, El Gordo, El La Flaca, named Macho News, okay? Now, Hector had much publicized troubles with drug abuse and criminal charges, okay? Excuse me. In 2005, he was arrested for burglary, a charge to which he would later plead guilty. In 2011, he was shot at 3 times by would-be carjackers in San Juan, but he was uninjured. Then in late 2012, he was awaiting trial in Florida on charges of physical abuse of one of his sons. He had a well-publicized long history with legal charges. Now, on November 20th, 2012, Hector was shot and seriously wounded while sitting in a car outside a bar in his native Puerto Rico. Okay, And the driver was a childhood friend. The driver was killed in the shooting, and Hector died 4 days later after he was declared clinically brain dead. His mother requested the doctors just remove him from life support, right? And after lying in repose for 2 days in his hometown, his remains was in Puerto Rico. His remains was transported to New York for burial at the request of his mother. Yeah. Now let's look at Hector's early years and his amateur career. Okay, early years amateur career of Hector. Now he was born in Bayamon, Puerto Rico. His father's name was Hector Luis Camacho Sr., and his mother was Maria Matias. And Hector was the second youngest of 5 children, which included a younger brother, Felix, and sisters, Raquel, Estrella, and Esperanza. Now, when Hector was 3 years old, his parents separated, and his mother took all the children with her to New York City. That's how he ended up in New York. His parents separated when he was 3. His mother took all the children and came to New York. And they lived in the James Weldon Johnson housing projects in Spanish Harlem. Now, Hector attended local schools and ran into trouble as a teen, getting into street fights that landed him in jail at 15 years old, right? Now, Pat Flannery, a language teacher of Hector's in high school, helped him, teaching him to read and acting like a father figure to him, remember, because his father was still in Puerto Rico. They was all with the mother. So one of his teachers in school took him under his wing and acted like a father figure toward him, a guy by the name of Pat Flannery. And when Hector learned boxing and karate as a teenager, Flannery guided him to the Golden Gloves competition, okay? And Hector demonstrated talent as a boxer, and he chose boxing as his sport of choice, okay? But he also was into karate. But luckily for all of us boxing fans, he chose boxing. Now, as an amateur, Hector won 3 New York Golden Gloves championships, right? He won the 1978 112 Sub-Novice Championship, the 1979 118 Open Championship, and 1980 119-pound championship. Now, in 1979, he defeated Paul DeForce of the Yonkers Police Athletic League in the finals to win the title. And in 1980, oh, did y'all have to come up here right there? Okay, good. Yeah, in 1980, Hector defeated Tyrone Jackson in the finals to win the championship, right? Okay. Now, his nickname of Macho has been explained in various ways. According to his father, he gave Hector the nickname because he was his youngest son. Now, according to the New York Times, his mentor, that teacher that took him under his wing, Pat Flannery, he's the one who gave him the nickname during his teens. And according to Hector himself, the nickname came as a result of American co-workers at the factory who couldn't pronounce his last name, Camacho, so they shortened it up to Macho. That's the one. That's the reason Hector gave. His co-workers couldn't pronounce Camacho, so they shortened it up to Macho. Okay, that sounds like a good valid reason right there to me. Okay. Bear with me for 1 second, please. Now let's go to Hector's professional career. Oh, there's Lonnie Lee. Lonnie Lee has hashtag JBT. Good afternoon, Lonnie Lee. How are you today, sir? Okay. Can I have like 2 minutes? You know, keep coming up here, right? When they're supposed to come on Wednesday. Give me like 2 minutes. Don't leave. Okay, back. Can't hear myself think. They almost finished. Sorry about that. Okay, let's talk about Hector's professional career. Appreciate everybody for hanging in there with me. Hardcore boxing news. Hashtag JBT. What's up, Jay Hardcore? Yeah, almost finished with the grass out there. Those will come on Wednesday. But okay, we're gonna start talking about Hector's professional career. Salute Jay Hardcore in the building. Now, after a stellar amateur career, you're a very decorated amateur, Hector was. He began a quick rise through the professional rankings, first in the featherweight and then in the junior lightweight division. He was so confident that he claimed he could beat world featherweight champion Salvador Sanchez and Eusebio Pedraza. Nah, not yet. But Sanchez died while Camacho was still coming up in the ranks. Now in the junior lightweight division, he defeated top contenders like Elias Cubanito Perez, Melvin Paul, John Montez, and Refugio Rojas. Who I missed while I was defeated some of the top contenders like itself when he was coming up. Then super featherweight. Okay. When the world junior lightweight champion, Bobby Chacon, that's Skywalker's uncle, Skywalker. Is that his name, Skywalker? Skywalker Boxeo? Yeah, that's his uncle, Bobby Chacon. That's his mother's brother. Now, Bobby Chacon refused to go to Puerto Rico to defend his title against Camacho. Why should he? He's a champion. Why should he have to go to Camacho's homeland to fight him? And then when Bobby Chacon refused to go to Puerto Rico and fight him, the WBC declared the world championship vacant. Ain't that crazy? Because this man wouldn't go to somebody else's country and fight him. They took his title from him. Okay? So then, so the WBC declared the title vacant. Okay, that's Rafael Limon and Hector right there. Rafael Limon, who had been defeated and lost the championship to Bobby Chacon, fought Camacho for the vacant title, right? That was the first time Camacho was in a ring with a former world champion. And he scored a knockdown on Limon late in the third round and two more times in the fifth round. And that's when the referee stopped it, okay? So he got his first title. Now, Camacho also fought his first title defense in San Juan, where he met Rafael Salas, a fellow Puerto Rican. He knocked out Salas with a right to the chin in the fifth round. And he retained his title, okay? Then he moved up to lightweight. Moving up to lightweight, he won the United States Boxing Association, USBA title, against Rock Montoya with a 12-round decision. His win in the next fight, broadcast on HBO, made him a two-time world champion. Then Camacho beat the Mexican defending world champion, Jose Luis Ramirez. Okay? He beat Jose Luis. And there is Hector and Jose Luis Ramirez right there. Jose Luis on the left, Hector on the right. Danny Drew. What's up, Danny Drew? Danny Drew says, Camacho was a jerk. He met him in person. A salute, Danny Drew. Good to have you aboard. Okay. Yeah, that's him and Jose Luis Ramirez. This fight was in Las Vegas, okay? And Camacho beat him and won the WBC World Lightweight Championship. He dropped Ramirez in round 3 and won the fight by unanimous 12-round decision, okay? Now, the two other reigning world champions in his division at that time, Livingstone Bramble and Jimmy Paul, They both were reluctant to unify the crown with Hector. Instead, Hector beat Freddie Roach. Yep, Freddie Roach. Before his next fight of importance came along. 10 months later, and that was 10 months after beating Ramirez getting that title, okay? Then he met Edwin Rosario. Okay, there's Edwin. Slide this down some. There's Edwin Rosario. Okay. And yeah, for people just coming in, I got my first interview coming up next week, Wednesday. It's going to be Marvin McDowell, better known as Brother Umar, okay? Then my second interview is going to be Turkey Alley Sheik. No, just kidding. But yeah, Marvin McDowell next Wednesday. Runs the Books and Hooks program up here in Baltimore, Maryland. So tune in for that Wednesday, September 4th. That's Hector and Edwin Rosario. The Hector on the left, Edwin Rosario on the right. Okay. Now he met former WBC lightweight champion Edwin Rosario on June 13th, 1986 at Madison Square Garden in New York City. Okay. And this fight was also broadcast on HBO. Now the fight was notable for the shifts of dominance between the men. Camacho dominated rounds 1 to 4, but he had to hang on in rounds 5, 6, and 7. That's when he felt Rosario's power. But he came back to take rounds 8 and 9. But Rosario came back to take the last 3 rounds. It was a close fight, but Camacho retained the title by a split decision of the judges. Yeah, that was a very good fight there. Okay. Then Camacho retained his title against Cornelius Boza Edwards. That's him and Cornelius. Of course, Camacho on the left, Cornelius on the right. Okay. Retained his title against Cornelius. Okay. And Cornelius was a former world junior lightweight champion. And this fight was in Miami. Hector won by unanimous decision. And he dropped Cornelius in the first round. Yep. Cornelius Boza Edwards dropped him in the first round, former champion. So then he went up another weight. Okay, he was at lightweight during that fight. Then he went up to junior welterweight, right? He went up in weight and competed at the next level, junior welterweight. After a few fights there, he met Ray Boom Boom Mancini. Okay, there's him and Boom Boom. Yeah, Boom Boom was a very good lightweight fighter back around that time. That's Boom Boom on the left, Hector on the right. Ryan Frazier. What's up, Ryan? Good to see you. Ryan Frazier, Boxing Talk Up North. Another very good boxing podcast. Yeah, if you haven't seen it. Luke, Ryan Frazier, good to see you. Ryan says, Hector Camacho met him in Detroit when Ryan's dad had some guys training. He was a low rider, cool dude. Okay. Now, okay, Danny said he was a jerk. But Ryan said he was a low rider, cool dude. So yeah, okay. You know, everybody don't think the same, you know. But salute to Danny Drew and Ryan Frazier, both in the building. Appreciate both of y'all, man, for being in here today. Appreciate your input to the chat. Okay. Yeah, so he met Ray Boom Boom Mancini, the former lightweight champion. And Ray had a record of 29-3 at the time, with 23 knockouts. Not a bad knockout rate. And this fight was for the vacant junior welterweight title. Now, Hector was the fresher of the two, and he won a split 12-round decision over Boom Boom, right? And with that win, he joined the exclusive group of world champion boxers who had became world champions in 3 weight divisions, right? Now, his next fight of note was the Tasmanian Devil, Vinny Pazienza. And there's Vinny. I couldn't find one of Vinny and Hector, but there's Vinny, Tasmanian Devil. His next fight of note was Vinny Pazienza, who he defeated on points, right? Then his next challenger was Tony Baltazar from Phoenix, Arizona. He defeated Baltazar by points in a fight televised by HBO. Okay. Then his undefeated streak came to an end. He lost the world championship to Greg Hargan. Yep. I'm trying to follow along. There we go. Greg Hargan. There's Greg and Hector right there. Yeah. Greg on the left, Hector on the right. His undefeated streak came to an end. Yep, to Greg Hargan. Now, okay, I done lost my place. Sorry about that. Against Greg Hargan. Now, Greg was a former lightweight champion, right? And the referee had deducted a point from Hector for guess what? The referee deducted a point from Hector at the beginning of the fight for refusing to touch gloves with Hargan. You know, when they're in the middle of getting the instructions and everything. The referee deducted a point for him refusing to touch gloves. I didn't know you had to. I thought it was just like an optional type thing. But yeah, the referee took points from Hector for that. Oh. What's up, Ace? Ace in the building. Salute, Ace. How are you today? Good to see you. Okay, yeah. Referee deducted points from Hector for failing to touch gloves. I did not know that was required. Is it? It must be because the man deducted points from him. I see him all the time nowadays not touching gloves. Mm-hmm. The referee will say touch gloves and good luck, or they just turn around and go back to the corner. A lot of times. And no points, and I don't see points deducted either, so yeah. Now, at the start of the 12th round, after the fight, an unidentified substance was found in Hargan's urine, and a rematch was ordered, okay? Hargan won the fight, right? He took Hector's undefeated record. But after the fight, an unidentified substance was found in Hargan's urine, and a rematch was ordered. And Hector regained the title in the rematch, beating Hargan in a close split decision. Yep. So he got his revenge for his first loss. But ain't that crazy? Failing to touch gloves, they take a point from. Never heard of that. Then in 1992, D for the win in the building. What's up, D for the win? Good to see you, my brother. Lights looking good. It's Friday. We got boxing tomorrow. Got my first interview next week. Marvin McDowell. Working on Turkey Alley Chic for my second interview. Life is good, man. Then in 1992 in Las Vegas, Hector met Julio Cesar Chavez. Here's Julio and Don King. And, you know, Chavez, at that time, he was a formidable Mexican champion. And he was undefeated, 81-0 at that time, right? You know how Chavez came, I think he had like 87 before he lost, right? He was 81-0 at that time. Now, Camacho entered the ring in an outfit based on the Puerto Rican flag. Now, Camacho was the one that started that little thing, you know, where they wear, I don't know, what you call it, the skirt or whatever, I don't know. But Camacho was the first one I seen in that, yeah. That's his part of his legacy. He started that. Mm-hmm. Yep. Hector. Yes, he did. And he entered the ring in an outfit based on the Puerto Rican flag. Now, the fight was televised by Showtime's pay-per-view. And Hector was later criticized by some people in the boxing press for his retreating tactics during the fight. Now, Chavez kept pushing the fight and harassed him with hard punches to the body. And the fight ended with a victory for Chavez by unanimous decision. Yep. Julio got him by unanimous decision in that one. Okay. Now, since 1992, Camacho's notable fights included 2 wins by points over Roberto Duran, 1 in Atlantic City, 1 in Denver. Okay. Here's him and Roberto Duran, by the way. It is Hector and Roberto. Yeah, that's some more of his notable wins after 1992. 2 over Roberto Duran. Okay. In 1997, he knocked out Sugar Ray Leonard in 5 rounds. Now, see, Sugar Ray was commentating the second fight between Hector and Roberto, and Sugar Ray saw something that he thought he could beat Hector, went in and got knocked out, just like Mikey Garcia. I thought I saw something. Remember Mikey and Earl? He didn't see what he thought he saw, and Sugar Ray did the same thing. He didn't see what he thought he saw. He went in there and got knocked out. And that loss sent the 41-year-old Sugar Ray into permanent retirement, because that was like his, I think he came out after like his third retirement, but after that one, he didn't come out anymore, 1997. Yeah, that was his third comeback attempt, 6 years after he had lost to Terry Norris in 1991. He should have stayed out after that one. Now let's look at Hector at welterweight and his later career. We're going to have some link time today too. Okay. Now, Hector fought for the World Welterweight Championship against Felix Trinidad in 1994, and he fought against Oscar De La Hoya in 1997. But he lost both fights by unanimous decision to Felix Trinidad and Oscar. Oscar fought everybody, man. But he running that protection racket now. Yeah, Oscar's head of the PC department. On December 5th, 2003, Hector faced Craig Hawk. Okay, there's Craig. There's Craig and Hector getting the instruction. Hector on the left. Craig on the left, Hector on the right. Trump in the building. What's up, Trump? Haven't seen Trump in a minute. Yeah, we start that segment next week, like I did Floyd Wednesday. We're gonna have a boxer against numerous boxing legends every Tuesday to see how they fare against these other legends. It's gonna be every Thomas Hill gave me that idea. After I did the Floyd, I had like 20 legends from different eras fought against with how they would do against Floyd. We're gonna do that every Tuesday. One boxer against boxers from other eras and see how they would fare. It's gonna start with Oscar on Tuesday. And then we're gonna have like 45 minutes of link time, and I need everybody to hit that link and come up and let me know what they think about these matchups, because the show is just what I thought about it. But I need some of y'all knowledge in boxing people to come tell me about it. Not just Thomas Hill and Ant, everybody. Mike Mazik, Trump, Joe, Jay Hardcore, Al Booger, everybody. Come on up. On Tuesday, it's gonna be fun. We're gonna talk about legend versus the legend. Starting with Oscar. Tuesday. I already did Oscar versus Thomas Hearns. That was a good one. I'm not gonna tell you what I think would happen. But that's just what I think. That's why I need everybody to hit that link on Tuesdays so we can chop it up about these fights. Now, he fought December 5th, 2003. He faced Craig Hawk. That's them there. It was an odd fight as Hawk continuously turned his back on Hector throughout the fight. Hector had Hawk in trouble in the first round before Hawk caught an overzealous Camacho with a left hook and floored him, right? And that was only the third time Hector had been down in his career. And Hector bounced back, and he battered Hawk for the remainder of the round. And he knocked Hawk down near the end of near the end of the first round, and he eventually won the knockout in round 3. Hector went down in the first. He got up, knocked Hawk down, and then he ended the fight in round 3. Then he won consecutive 10-round decisions over Clinton McNeil and Raul Jorge Munoz. Y'all know how I'm with names. After that, his boxing career went on hiatus as he faced criminal charges. He had a long history of legal trouble too. Yeah. Career went on hiatus dealing with criminal charges. He pled guilty to burglary and acknowledged drug abuse, but he was given probation. Okay. Now, Camacho returned to boxing on July 18th, 2008, competing against Perry Ballard for the World Boxing Empire's middleweight championship, the WBE, World Boxing Empire. Never heard of it. Now, the fight lasted 7 rounds. Camacho won when Ballard's corner threw the towel in. Now, before this fight, Camacho was trained by Angelo Dundee. Yeah. Now, his last two fights resulted in a draw and a loss against Luis Ramon Campos and Saul Duran, respectively. His last fight against Duran was on May 14th, 2010. Not Roberto. Saul. Trump says Chavez looked like a heavyweight chasing a flyweight. Camacho was terrified of Chavez. Okay, thank you for that, Trump. His last fight was May 14th, 2010. 30-year career, 1980 to 2010. Now we're going to talk about his later years, criminal troubles, and when he was murdered down there in Puerto Rico. Let's get into that, okay? 2005 burglary. What the lights looking like? Oh, the lights are looking good, man. Can we get 30? We need 6 more for 30. Okay, today is Friday, so we get 30. J Hardcore hit the bag 30 times tonight in the hangout. Okay? Okay, 1995 burglary. On January 6th, 2005 burglary. On January 6, 2005, Camacho was arrested by police in Gulfport, Mississippi, on charges of trying to burgle an electronic goods store and carrying the drug ecstasy on it, right? In 2007, he pleaded guilty to being under the influence at the time of the burglary, right? He was sentenced to 7 years in prison, but a judge eventually suspended all for 1 year of the sentence, and he made that year probation. When you're famous, me, my ass would have been in jail for all 7 of them years. But he got everything suspended but 1 year, and the judge made that 1 year probation. Okay. Now he ended up serving 2 weeks in jail after violating the probation, so they should have locked him on up in the first damn place. Ended up in jail anyway. Violated the probation, but still only did 2 weeks. What happened to the year? Okay, 2011 shooting. Okay, Melanin Queen 27 is in the building. What's up, Melanin Queen 27? And yeah, don't forget our raffle. We got 3 first place prizes. Okay, we got a Apple 10th generation iPad. We got some Kaniki Bear headphones. Kaniki Bear is a proud sponsor of the JBT. And we got a Ninja air fryer, right? Now I'm doing a drawing, but I mean, I'm not getting in it because I would hate to say the winner of the iPad, Cast Sports, the winner of the Kaniki Bear headphones, Cast Sports, and the winner of the air fryer, Cast Sports. But it could happen because I would get the 3 tickets for $25. You get 3 inches for $25. I would get that. My name could come out of there 3 times, so I ain't getting in it. But yeah, $10 will get you in. Melanin Queen got it in there. Thank you, Melanin Queen. I was stumbling and bumbling. There it is right there. Apple 10th generation iPad, Kaniki Bear headphones, or a Ninja air fryer. $10. You get either one of those prizes for $10. Man, come on now. Get your ticket. You got to play to win, though. You know, if you don't get no ticket, then now y'all better get in because Michael Garner got like 20 entrants, man. I'm serious. Michael is trying to win it. Okay. Now, on January the 6th, 2005, Hector was arrested by 2011 shooting, sorry. On February 12th, 2011, Hector was attacked near the Luis Lawrence Torres housing project in San Juan, Puerto Rico. Hector said he was taking a friend to a nearby bar when 2 men approached his vehicle. He had a 2005 BMW, right? X5. And the 2 men tried to carjack him. Hector said he tried to drive away, and then they shot at him 3 times, right? And he said that since everybody loves me, he didn't think the men had realized who he was, right? And he did not file a police report. Then the next year, 2012, that's when the shooting where he was murdered happened. On November 20th, 2012, around 7 p.m. AST, right? That Atlantic Standard Time. I don't know. What is AST, anybody? Anyway, Camacho was shot once in the jaw while sitting in a car on Puerto Rico Highway 167 in Bayamon, Puerto Rico. Camacho was 50 years old at the time. He was seated in the passenger seat of his friend's Ford Mustang when he was shot by unknown individuals from a passing SUV. Now, the driver of the car that Camacho was in, Adrian Moreno, that was his childhood friend. He was killed in the attack. Now, Camacho was taken to San Pablo Hospital in Bayamon, Puerto Rico, where he was reported to be in critical condition. Now, police said a chase took place and that the vehicle from which the shots were fired was found in the area of Jardines de Catano. Now, there were conflicting media reports, with an early claim that police arrested the suspect around 9 p.m. that night. Police investigated the incident said they found 9 bags of cocaine in the car, right, in the abandoned car. Now, the bullet pierced, but the police didn't say they arrested nobody. There was media reports that they did, but the police reports said they did not. They just found an abandoned car, okay? Now, the bullet passed through Camacho's left mandible and fractured his 5th and 6th cervical vertebrae, lodging in his right shoulder and forming a lesion on his carotid artery that restricted blood flow to his brain. At one point, doctors announced Camacho was expected to survive, but he might be paralyzed, right? But after he suffered a cardiac arrest during the night, doctors said they could find only minimal brain activity. Now, the morning after the shooting, Rafael Rodriguez Mercado, director of the Medical Sciences campus, director of the medical center where Hector was at, reported to the papers that Camacho was brain dead, okay? And his full recovery would be a miracle. And the doctor said there's nothing more that can be done for him. That was the director of the medical center, came up with that statement. At that point, he was, the morning after the shooting, he was brain dead, and there was nothing else they could do for him. Boxing matchups with D Free from the winning team in the building. What's up, D Free? Salute. Good to see you today, bro. Good job this morning defending Eddie, Eddie Hearn in the hangout this morning. Yeah, that was very entertaining watching that. Yeah, but yeah, Hector, the director of the hospital said he was brain dead. Was not anything else they could do for him. Then Camacho's mother, Maria Matias, announced on November 23rd plans to have her son taken off life support since his 3 remaining sons arrived. So she said they were going to take him off once his sons arrived in Puerto Rico to be with her, okay? And Hector was officially declared dead after a heart attack the following day. This was the 2nd day after the shooting, okay? Now, it was not possible for any of his organs to be donated to recipients because of the time that had passed between him being found clinically brain dead and when his heart stopped, okay? Now, Hector was survived by both his parents, his sons, 2 grandsons, his brother Felix, and his 3 sisters, Raquel, Estrella, and Esperanza. Yeah. Now, his oldest son, Hector Camacho Jr., said violence had overtaken Puerto Rico, okay? Death, jail, drugs, killings, he said. That's what the streets are like now. Now, Puerto Rico's former governor, Luis Fortuno, said, Macho will always be remembered for its spontaneity and charisma in and out of the ring. Puerto Rico Governor-elect Alejandro Garcia said, Camacho had unified the country. We celebrated his triumphs in the streets, and we applauded him with noble sportsmanship when he didn't prevail. That's how he wished his son to be remembered, his father said, for his clowning around, and that he was a happy person, that he had revolutionized boxing by how he was dressed upon entering the ring. Yeah, Hector started that little, I don't know what you call it, the skirt or whatever. Hector was the first one I seen with that on, back in the 80s. Yeah. He wore the thing, the top, the helmet, like the knights from the Roman days. Yeah, Hector was coming to the ring with all that on. So that's his legacy. Now, we're going to have some link time in a few. Now, funeral and burial. After Camacho's death, his mother, Maria Matias, expressed the wish for his son to be buried in New York City, where he had grown up. Because remember, when he was 3 years old, he was living in Puerto Rico. Then his mother and father separated, and his mother took all the children and moved from Puerto Rico to New York. So that's where he grew up at. So that's why his mother is saying that she wanted him to be buried in New York, where he grew up at, okay? So, and that's where he started his fighting career also. Now, Camacho's son, Hector Camacho Jr., he thought he should be buried in Puerto Rico, but he agreed to his grandmother's wishes, okay? And his aunt, Hector's sisters. All his sisters and his mother wanted him to be buried in New York because that's where they had grown up at, okay? Now, his son grew up in Puerto Rico because Hector, after his boxing career, he had moved back down there, but, he agreed to his grandmother and his aunt's wishes, Hector's mother and sister. Now, before being taken to New York, Camacho's body lay in state at the Puerto Rico Department of Sports and Recreation in Santurce, Puerto Rico. Now, during the 2 days Camacho's body was on viewing, hundreds of people visited the facilities to pay tribute to the fighter. Dozens of retired and active boxers from Puerto Rico and abroad were among those who participated in the funeral services. Among them were Felix Tito Trinidad, Wilfred Benitez, Wilfred Gomez, John Molina, Samuel Serrano, Ramon Rocky Martinez, Juan Manuel Lopez, Nelson Dieppe, Alex Sanchez, Julian Salas, Manny Siaka, and the brothers, McWilliam and McJoe Arroyo. Yeah, that's the who's who of Puerto Rican boxers right there. Now, Felix Trinidad was outspoken in praise for his former rival, saying, Camacho put Puerto Rico's flag high with a lot of pride, like many other champions have done. He was very loved. You can see how everybody has suffered the loss of this great human being, a great champion. Trinidad had high praise for him. Trinidad regretted the circumstances of the fatal shooting. Okay, this was all in Puerto Rico. Then, Camacho's body was flown to New York City on November 29th and presented at Alcock Funeral Home in Queens. On Friday, his body was taken to St. Cecilia's Church in Manhattan for a religious service. Okay? Now, Camacho was buried on December 1st in St. Raymond's Cemetery in the Bronx. And before the burial, a parade was held in Camacho's honor in East Harlem, right? 2 white horses pulled the hearse up First Avenue, surrounded by fans, friends, and family of the late boxer. Camacho's casket was draped in a Puerto Rican flag. After a visitation and mass at St. Cecilia's Church on East 106th Street on November 30th and December 1st, Camacho was buried on the afternoon of December 1st, 2012 in St. Raymond's Cemetery in the Bronx. Okay? Now, let's look at the aftermath and investigation of this shooting. I think they did, I think some people was arrested for that. Aftermath and investigation of Hector's killing. Almost 10 years later, on March 9th, 2022, because the shooting happened in 2012, remember. On March 9th, 2022, give me for a minute. Okay, bear with me for 1 second. There we go. Should have been had that up there. When we was remembering him and everything, But almost 10 years later, on March 9th, 2022, the Department of Justice of Puerto Rico arrested 5 suspects: William Rodriguez, Luis Ayala Garcia, and Joshua Mendez Ramiro were serving federal sentences for unrelated crimes, and they were flown in from Florida as part of what police called Operation Knockout. The 4th suspect, Jesus Naranjo Adorno, was arrested in the morning hours in the same city where Camacho was killed. And the 5th suspect, Juan Luis Figueroa Rivera, remains in prison in Puerto Rico after an unrelated case. Authorities also stated that 2 other suspects were killed in 2013 and 2015 in unrelated events. Yeah, so some people did pay for that. So that's good. Take a look at his legacy and honors that were bestowed upon Hector. You know, Hector had a 30-year, very decorated amateur, had a 30-year professional career, 1980 to 2010. Yeah. Fire resume. Now, several sports journalists, analysts, and experts from Puerto Rico and the United States have praised Camacho's skills and influence in the boxing world. The journalists Rafael Bracero and Francisco Valcarcel, president of the World Boxing Organization, agreed that Camacho was among the top 5 Puerto Rican boxers of all time. I agree with that. Along with Felix Trinidad, Wilfredo Gomez, Wilfred Benitez. That's about my top 5 too. I would add Camacho, Wilfredo Gomez, Tito, and who else did they say? I lost. Oh yeah, Tito, Trinidad, Wilfredo Gomez, Wilfredo Benitez, Hector. Yeah, those are about the tops when you talk about Puerto Rican fighters. Now, the boxing historian Mario Rivera Martino praised Camacho, calling him a complete fighter in the lightweight division. Jose Suleiman, Mauricio's father. Jose was the president of the WBC before he passed away and Mauricio took over. But Jose Suleiman stated that he revolutionized boxing during his time, talking about Camacho. Ed Brophy, director of the International Boxing Hall of Fame, noted Camacho's talents in attracting an audience. He said, Camacho brought a lot of excitement to boxing. He was bright, colorful, and always gave something to talk about with his walks to the ring, with his unique style of entering and the costumes he wore. Brophy also praised Camacho's boxing skills, describing him as an exciting fighter and one of the greats. He faced the best among going up and down several divisions, 3-division champion. Okay. Alfredo R. Martinez, senior editor of ESPN Deportes, also noted Camacho's flamboyant approach, saying, if he wasn't the first, he was one of the first to enter the ring in 1989, which showcases boxing's rich history. It is visited by boxing. Wait. Oh, okay, yeah, off the spot. But anyway, he's a member of the International Boxing Hall of Fame. There you have it. Hector Macho Camacho. Brilliant boxing career. 30 years. Carlos, yeah, that's right, Trump. Carlos Ortiz. How could I leave Carlos Ortiz off? Wow. Bear with me for a minute. I don't know who's next. Man. Be right with you. Yeah. That's right, Trump. How could I leave Carlos? Oh, that's the 5th one. Carlos Ortiz. Yeah. Yes, sir. Thank you, Trump. Yeah, Carlos Ortiz. You talking about Puerto Rican fighters. That's the top 5 right there. Hector Camacho, not in this order. I had Carlos Ortiz number 1 Puerto Rican fighter, but Carlos Ortiz, Felix Trinidad, Wilfredo Gomez, Wilfred Benitez, and Hector Camacho. Those are the top 5 Puerto Rican fighters of all time that I would say. Now, next week is going to be Floyd Patterson. Life and career of Floyd Patterson next Friday. Okay. Now let's get some link time in here today. Yeah, Trump. I'm sorry. I don't know how I forgot Carlos Ortiz. He doesn't get enough credit. Yeah, if Berlanga knocks out Canelo, he gets on that list. if Berlanga can get in there and do that, then yeah, he's he's definitely in there. Yeah, that's a good point, Trump. Berlanga might start another one of his first round knockout streaks on Canelo. Who knows? Wouldn't it be something? We're gonna find out. But that's a good card overall. We got Danny Garcia and Erislandy Lara on there. Caleb Plant is fighting what's the guy's name? Bakumbi or something like that. He's a good fighter. Give Caleb a good fight. Rolly returning on that card. Ain't Rolly returning on that one? Cool Boy's back in the ring on that card. Yep. So that is not a bad card at all. And don't forget, Tuesday, September 3rd, the Monster, D.A. Monster, the Monster is back in action. Ismael Barroso on there. But that'll be Tuesday morning, though. You know how the Monster. Japan don't cater to us. Japan say you got to get up at our time if you want to see the Monster fight. They don't put theirs on late and try to match it up with United States time. Japan say you got to get your ass up and watch it on our time. We ain't catering to nobody. And I'll get up. The Monster is worth it, man. Yeah. TJ Doheny. And Barroso is going up against a pretty good boxer, too. A puncher. Andy Hiriaka. So that should be a good one. Yeah, Barroso. Okay, I'm putting the link in. As everybody today, it's time for the weekend. And fights again. Diego Pacheco headlining tomorrow. Rising young fighter. I believe it's middleweight, right? Yeah, Diego is at middleweight. And yeah, decent card. We got another card out of Mexico tomorrow too. I don't know, not too many people on that one. But yeah, 2 boxing cards tomorrow for us. It is Friday, right? This time go by so fast. It might be Monday. But my first interview coming up next Wednesday, Marvin McDowell, also known as Brother Umar. Y'all done seen him on Jay. He's a regular on the Old Timers show on Jay's show. Yeah, he's going to be on here. He runs the Hooks and Books program up here in Baltimore City. Yep, and he's going to be on here with Cash Sports Wednesday, September 4th. And I told you, my second interview, I'm working on Turkey Alley Chic for my second. Don't laugh, okay? Y'all say with your mouth gaped open when me and Turkey be up here chopping it up. Now, I want to ask Turkey, why do you think you deserve to be in the International Boxing Hall of Fame? No, I ain't gonna ask him that. Okay, here comes the link. We got like 30 minutes before Just Do Boxing, the voice comes in here. And this is Friday, a huge day in the JBT. I'm talking about WBT. And don't forget the raffle. We got 3 first place prizes, man. Apple 10th generation iPad, Kaniki Bear headphones, and a Ninja air fryer for $10. Okay. And the winner of our first raffle, D1, is up there enjoying that 55-inch color TV every day now. Yeah. D1 got the first one. We got 3 winners this time. And there's Melanie Queen got all the information you need right there. $, JBT Network, all capital letters, number 1. We'll get you in it. Okay. And $10 for 1 entry. And then $25 will get you 3 entries. Okay. If I had my pick of those 3 prizes, I would take those headphones, man. Those things are fire. Yeah, I'm gonna get me a pair, but I'm gonna have to buy them. Anybody else want to do the drawing so I can get in it? It wouldn't be right for me to pull my own name out for all 3 prizes. It would be possible though, but, it wouldn't look right. So I'm not gonna get in. But we raffle that car J Hardcore talking about. I'm getting in that one for the car. Need a new car, man. But just boxing talk, it's Friday. Still early in the day. We already done had the first J Hardcore at 8 o'clock a.m. We had the casuals, Cas Sports at like a half hour left. Just Do Boxing coming up. And then J Hardcore will be back in the hangout for the Friday night hangout. BYOW, bring your own whatever at 8 o'clock. Then the Mighty Rise podcast at 9. And then the Angry White Men gonna shut it down. And D1 let us know that Old School will be there tonight. He lost his sister recently. We're keeping him in our thoughts and our prayers. But he will be in the building tonight, okay? And D1 said they're gonna be super angry tonight. So don't miss that, 10 p.m. The Angry White Men podcast tonight. So it's still early in the day. We got a ways to go. Just Do Boxing is next. That's a fire schedule of JBT shows. I'm trying to get every day like that. Okay? Every day in the JBT. I can't wait until Tuesday. I want to see Barroso, man. Them guys at 140 won't fight him. And don't forget, Tuesday is going to be our regular. We're making it like Florida against the Legends Wednesday. We're making that a regular show. It's going to be every Tuesday. We're going to start this week with Oscar against the Legends. Oscar De La Hoya against the Legends. People like the Hitman, Sugar Ray. Both Sugar Rays, really, because Oscar fought from Oscar went all the way up to junior middleweight, didn't he? So yeah, got a wide range. So just like we did Floyd Wednesday, it's going to be Oscar's turn next week. And it don't have to just be guys from the modern era. We can take some of those old school guys and put them up against guys from different eras, like Henry Armstrong, Benny Leonard, Joe Gans, the great Joe Gans from Baltimore, Maryland. So yeah, don't miss that Tuesday. That is going to be every week now. Okay? A lot of work, but I'm going to have it ready every Tuesday. Yeah. Already start working on this one. I got Oscar and the Hitman done. I am not going to tell you what I think. But then on Tuesday, like I said, I'm going to need people to come on up on the panel after the show to see what y'all think about these matchups. Because the show is just what I think. That don't make it right. That's just what I think. I want to get everybody else's opinions on them too, So that's going to be a lot of fun. Starting Tuesday every week. Oscar's turn is first. What y'all think about Oscar and Hearns? Because at welterweight, Hearns, I think he always had the height and reach advantage at welterweight, and he had that legendary jab. It was hard to get in on the Hitman, Sugar Ray did it though, but both times the Hitman was outboxing Sugar Ray both fights. He had the first fight won on the cards. All he had to do was make it to the 15th round. Had it been 12 rounds, Hearns would have won it. But it was 15 back then, and Sugar Ray got him out of there at the end, right? And Hearns, the second fight, I thought he won it, but they called it a draw. But he said he knocked Sugar Ray down 2 times. And I saw an episode of Hot Boxing with Mike Tyson. They had Hearns, Sugar Ray, Shane Mosley. Sugar Ray told Hearns he won that fight. Yeah, on that show. Mm-hmm. He didn't say that night after the judges called it a draw. He should have said it in the ring that night. But yeah, Sugar Ray did tell Hearns that he won that fight. I thought he did, but Sugar Ray and Oscar, I would pick Hearns. Yeah, it would be a good fight though. I just think that height and reach advantage would be too much for old Oscar. Decision. Oscar had a pretty good chin. Would be a decision. And Oscar was tough. He fought everybody, man. And if Hearns was in his era, Oscar would have fought him because Oscar fought everybody. That's why I can't understand why he running that protection racket out he got now, man. We thought we was getting William Cepeda against Shakur. I don't know what happened with that. Now William Cepeda is talking about fighting. Who was it this morning in the hangout? Jay said, Oh, Cambosis and what was the other one? Damn, I can't think of the other one, but there's nobody that could match up to a Secure, like Prepata and Secure would have been. It was Cambosos. I can't think of the other one, but yeah, Oscar's running the protection bracket over there. Trump says Paul Williams versus Hearns would be a big fun while it lasts. Who you got in that one, Trump? There's BN Boxing News. What's up, BN Boxing News? I didn't know you was in here. He said Hector Macho Camacho was this guy killed during a drug deal going bad. Yeah, we covered all that BN Boxing. Was you in here, BN Boxing News? We just finished. Yeah, but the good thing being some people did get arrested and to pay for that. They probably in prison right now. Yeah, they did lock up a few guys. 5 of them, as a matter of fact. Like 3 of them was already serving time. They had to bring them out of prison. A couple of them was serving time in Florida. They had to take them from Florida back to Puerto Rico. You know, to pull the rook on them. Took them back to Puerto Rico to pay for that. You know, be questioned or whatever. They was already serving time. Yeah, so that's the good part. But BN said it was a drug deal going bad. That's what it sounded like, because Hector and his buddy knew this guy from childhood was sitting in the car, and it was a drive-by. And there was different conflicting stories of what happened. The press said the police locked somebody up that night, but the police said they found the SUV that the shots was fired from abandoned. And they found like 9 bags of cocaine in there. So yeah, BN, you're right. Drug deal going bad, because they did find drugs in the abandoned vehicle that the shots came from later on that night. Yeah. Now the driver died at the scene, but Hector lasted a few days. But they actually said he was going to survive at first, but then he had a stroke or something during the night, and then the doctor said after the stroke he was brain dead, and they just, nothing else they could do. And then his mother came in and said, just take him off the life support. Once his sons and everybody arrived, wherever they was coming from. So that's what they did. Yeah. And Hector was loved though, man. Yeah. His legacy is that, what do you call that outfit they wear? I call it the skirt. I don't know what you call it, but that's Hector's legacy. He was the first one I seen with that on. It was Hector Camacho, because he wore the little metal vest up top like the Trojan soldiers won back in the day, and the helmet. Hector came in the ring with all that on, man. Yeah. Had some very colorful ring entrance. The Macho man did, yeah. Hector Macho Camacho. And there was a different stories on how he got his nickname, but Hector said he got it because his co-workers, instead of calling him Camacho, they just shortened it up to Macho, right? That's believable there, yeah. And it fit him. The nickname fit Hector. Yeah, it fit him. Hector Macho Camacho. And next week is I got a bad memory. I forgot it already, man. Floyd Patterson. See what I do? I go back and forth. I'll do 2, couple from the modern era, then I'll go back and do a couple from back in the day, then come back up. And remember, I just did Zab Judah last week in Hector, so we're gonna go back and do a couple old school guys. Floyd Patterson next week. I got it all lined up, but I'll just tell you, next week is Floyd Patterson. But that one about the Legend Against the Legend series is going to be fun, man. We're going to start with Oscar. And we got Benny Leonard coming up, Andre Ward, Martin Manuel Marquez. We're going to talk about all of them coming up soon. Profiles Friday. Got the whole week lined up now. Fucking for every day. Oh, yeah, and Wednesday, T. Hill said, I should make it Wednesday because the floor was done Wednesday. But Wednesday still shows that come out of the chat. And I need ideas, because the Wednesday show used to always be a suggestion from the chat, but I don't have no more suggestions from the chat. So I need some ideas for shows to do on Wednesday. It can be profiles, because I do my profile on Friday, and then you give me the profile in the chat. I'll do that one on Wednesday. But I need some ideas in the chat of historical shows that y'all want to see. That's part of the thing. Wednesdays always come out of the chat. I got a subscriber today too. I appreciate it. Let me see. Did we get 30? If we get 30, like I said, Jay Hart gonna hit the bag 40 times tonight. If we get 30 likes, we need 5 more. 5 more. We got 25. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, Jay got to hit that bag when me and Ant got the same birthday. Okay. And I don't know how old Ant is, but I think it's over 100. Because I'm 64. If Ant is 36, that's like 100 times. Jay Hardcore, October 14th. He did it last year. Yeah. Straight. He did it straight too, man. And then gave us some extras. Jay went over the 100 and then gave us some extras, man. Yeah. Sure did. And October 14th is coming up again. So we're in the hangout October 14th because they're going to hit that bag 100-something times. Me and Aunt McQueen's birthday is the same day. Mm-hmm. Jay said don't remind him this morning. But I'm going to remind you. Yeah. And please don't forget out. Get your tickets to the raffle. We got like 30-something entries right now. And I told you, Michael Garner got like 20-something chances. Mike is trying to win it, man. Mm-hmm. He got a few of the 3 for 25. He just got another 3 for 25 yesterday. He already had like 15. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's going down October 12th, the day of the Bivol Better Be Air fight. I got Bivol by decision. He's going to be able, he's a master boxer. He's going to be able to move around that ring and dodge that power of Better Be Air for 12 rounds and get the decision. He's got the skills to do it. And, you know, it's about time for Father Time to start showing up on Better Be Air. You know, Father Time is undefeated. Father Time hasn't lost yet, okay? Father Time then tapped Ali on the shoulder. Sugar Ray Leonard, I told you how Hector knocked Sugar Ray out. Father Time was hanging around that night. You know, when Sugar Ray was walking to the ring for the Hector fight, Father Time was right behind him, following him to that ring. And he came in there, tapped Ali on the shoulder, all of them. Mm-hmm. And Better Be Air going to get his turn. It could be October 12th. But I still got Bivol without Father Time in there. I think he's just going to have the skills to avoid that power. He's not going to avoid it totally because, you know, everybody going to get hit. It's a boxing match. And 2 talented fighters like that. But I think he'll be able to stay out of trouble and get the decision. Dimitri Bivol, yeah. And don't forget, next Wednesday, my first interview, Marvin McDowell, also known as Brother Umar. He's a regular on the Old Timers show on Sundays. Yep, he's going to be on here Wednesday. Anybody got any questions? Let me know. And like I told y'all, my second interview I'm working on to be Turkey Alley Sheik. Okay? Because I got some questions for Turkey. Mm-hmm. He might come on here. You never know. You never know. Turkey Alley Sheik or the face of boxing, Gervonta Tank Davis. You got to aim high. You know? Aim high. Right? Never know. Affiliated with that JVT, the Rise podcast. Tank might come on over here. Kenny will be here eventually. All I got to do is call Kenny Ellis. Mm-hmm. He done already agreed. He talked to Senior. All I got to do is call him when I'm ready for that interview. So that will probably be the second one, not Turkey. Probably be Kenny. Yeah. Oh, there's somebody. There's my co-host. What's up?
Yeah, I was trying to give somebody else a chance to come up, but they be talking.
That's okay.
Chat, they don't really want to get up on the thing.
You can come up. Yeah, I'm making another regular segment to you. It's gonna be Tuesdays.
No.
The one you was telling me about.
I was listening.
Oscar is first.
Also, it's gonna be Tuesday. Yeah.
Yeah, Tuesday. Because I want to keep Wednesday that shows suggestions from the chat. You know, when I get some. But Tuesday is okay, right?
Oh, Tuesday, any day. Yeah. Like I said, it's gonna make for great commentary and conversation.
And Marvin McDowell will be here Wednesday, my first interview.
Oh, that'll be a great.
Stay hardcore.
Yeah. That's a big big interview because you guys can talk a lot of
We both Baltimoreans.
historical stuff. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, did I
Both know
bring?
what you're talking about. And that man been.
Oh, there's BN Box. What's up, BN Box News?
Oh, we got BN too. That's my man
Yeah.
right there.
I'll chop it up for a minute, okay? I'll be back in 1 second. Go ahead, chop it up. BN Box News.
So BN, what you think about this? What's her name? This dealings with Boots and Brian Norman. How you feel about that?
I think the Norman family been all capped, bro, because at the end of the day, we all know the Norman family they want the biggest bang for their buck, because, getting that belt is what everybody want to achieve, right? And at the end of the day, if he go in there if he undershoot himself and not get paid what he wants, that might be his one and only chance of ever getting paid. So at the end of the day, we know it's all cap. What they just trying to do is just talk shit, and at the end of the day, they're gonna overprice themselves.
Is that not bad for business for going forward though, with other possible fights and other possible promotional companies?
What's gonna end up happening is he gonna fight somebody, a nobody, and probably lose this belt to that person.
Yeah,
so it's a
I'm not
gamble.
too
Remember,
impressed.
it's a freaking gamble, bro.
Yeah, I'm not. See, to me, like, history serves
I'm back, y'all.
as the best indicator. Well, the past is the best indicator of the future. So like, if you look at throughout the time, people who first got the belt, how much money? And I know we can't scale it in time because it was, you're not getting as much monetarily as you did back then. But you are now. I'm sorry, back then as you are now. But how much of a scale up from your last fight does a champion get for getting the belt? Is the belt actually worth millions of dollars?
Now, yeah, because I may never be able to get that again. Boxing is like gambling, bro. And at the end of the day, if he maneuvers correctly, and like, say for instance, he fight a couple of cab drivers, right? And he knock them out, stop them in vicious style. He may gain the interest of the casuals, which we already say that's the money, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And basically build up his profile. And once he builds up his profile, then he may garner some money. He may garner a couple of $1 million.
Mm-hmm.
So I wouldn't ever tell him, look, man, take $500,000. Yes, it's 5 times more than what you made in the past, because you only made $100,000 in the past. Yeah, it's 500,000, 5 more. But at the end of the day, there might be to go fight somebody like Boots. What's the odds of him fighting Boots, bro, and winning, bro?
Who's that? Who's y'all talking about?
We talking about Brian Norman. Because the highest offer was 1.5 million. So 1.5 million he turned down.
He never made that before.
In his last fight, he made anywhere between 150 and 190.
Yes, almost 200,000.
So almost 200,000. So roughly about 8 times what he made, he was offered, and it wasn't enough, especially to fight in his hometown.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't know, and then you going out there, like you said, it's all cap. He over there fabricating to try to make it look like he did everything possible to make the fight, and they just weren't complicit. But when we scale it, like, he just won the belt, and he won it against a fighter who shocked another fighter because of a performance. Like Santillan performance before that, he upset somebody, and he did it in an epic fashion where he just was banging this dude. My bad. Pause. I'll pause for the pause-worthy people. But, he was over there hitting him with a lot of hard shots, man. And it looked like he was a power puncher when he ain't never really been a power puncher his whole career. Right. So, like, I think it gave an aesthetic that many people thought, well, if he could do this to this fighter, then he's legit. But there were fights that he fought besides that, prior to that fight, that he didn't look so great in.
That's
And
right.
and honestly, that Quentin Randall one, I thought he lost. So like, or he barely pulled it out if he did pull it out.
hmm
I think you try to take that into consideration when you're talking about we bring the same thing to the table as Boots does, because Boots put 14,000 people. Y'all was there. Or Ben wasn't there, but
I wouldn't.
yeah. But JBT was in the house. It was 14,000 people with people.
That's right.
That's something that you can't even begin to touch because you've never headlined a fight, a card, and brought that many people to come see you. Then on top of that, you not delivering the type of fights where my man is, where you just coming in there and you obliterating the competition. Only one mark is that you had Karen Kukadajin out there. He was very expeditious with his footwork. So you know what I'm saying? I mean, for the most part, you expecting to see fireworks with Brian Norman. You know, fireworks happen every so often. It's like 4th of July. Whereas with Boots, it's like going to a baseball game and they have fireworks every night after the game. So, you know, I just think that if you really wanted to fight and you really wanted to make a statement, that 1.5 million would have been more than acceptable for you to go in there and get in that ring. Because you say you're going to whoop them anyway.
How y'all think that fight would go, though, between them two?
Him and Boots? Man, I'm going to give Brian... Yeah, I was about to say, I give Brian some depth, say 7 or 8. It's over. Which is longer than most people last with him.
That's true.
Yeah.
But I don't for the life of me, I can't understand why people can't see greatness when it's right in front of their face. This man Boots do some stuff. Roman Villa. I'm gonna tell you, Roman Villa hit hard, and we know this because it wore Rashidi Ellis down, which Rashidi won that fight to me. But you can see how he was slowing Rashidi down as that fight went in them last 4 rounds. He was hitting Boots. Boots was hitting him. That man stopped. That man stopped, and that man was coming whenever Rashidi was hitting him. He just kept coming, and Rashidi ain't got no weak pop. Like, he got pop. He's not Boots. Boots is special. And Boots was in there just walking slow motion, throwing punches. Man, I don't know, man. I just think Boots is something different, man. And I think that's why he can't get the fights. And if he can't get the fights, then he got to move up. Yeah. Don't nobody at 47 want him. If Barrios ain't gonna fight you, then you're not getting fought.
Barrios will fight him, though.
Well, I guess the narrative out there is that he turned down an offer.
Barrios was trying to fight Pacquiao, bro.
What?
They trying to sanction that fight?
They gonna sanction that shit.
They gonna sanction that fight?
He might kill Pacquiao, bro.
Bro, where's Barrios again? What division? I mean, what organization? Is he WBC? WBA?
I'm not sure.
Me neither.
That looked like a WBO kind of.
I think Norman is BC, right?
Norman is BC. And Boots is WB.
IBF.
Oh, he's IBF.
Don't Bud still have one?
Huh?
Don't Bud still have one?
Oh, he does, huh? Well, man, it's tough. It's tough. I want to know who's gonna sanction that freaking fight for Barrios to fight Pacquiao. Pacquiao ain't been competitive in like, what, 4 years?
Pacquiao just had a fight less than a month ago, and he looked horrible.
But that was an exhibition fight, though, right?
But still, he looked he looked bad, bro. Father Time settled in, like Cass was just talking about. Father Time has kicked in over there, bro.
Yeah, Father Time, he undefeated too. You don't want to go and buck up against him. He'll humble you in a heartbeat. Literally in a heartbeat, man. I really hope that's not what he's holding out for. Because then, there's a little bit of respect and luster off of like what he's done, man. And he's done great work, man. Even in his losses, I got mad respect for that dude. But if he get in there with him, man, that's just a money grab.
That's all.
Plain and simple. And that's a money grab for not only him, but for that dang sanctioning body that's gonna put that fight on, and that promotional company that's gonna put that fight on. And that truly shows you that this ain't about no dang accolades. It's about getting bread.
Yes, all this money.
Yeah, your boy Camacho though. I know he was a fun fighter to watch, man. I used to love watching Camacho, man. He used to trip me out with them damn flourish, them flamboyant trunks and stuff outfits he would come out with.
Skirts and wild stuff. I like him and Prince Nassim. Prince Nassim was my boy too, the flips and all that, dancing and shit.
He rode a
And the
motorcycle
drunken
one time. Came in on a motorcycle one time.
Yeah, Prince Nassim. Yeah,
see that, bro.
No, he did. He really did roll up in there with a motorcycle, man. That dude was flamboyant as hell. Like, and on top of that, for the most part, he whooped tail too. Like, yeah, he used to knock people to smooth the F out. Like, you done. How you like Ben Whitaker though? Not so much.
I gotta see more of him, bro.
Me too. Yeah.
I think Ben Whitaker is like him, but I think that he's just not as extinctive with his as Nassim. Nassim was quick as hell, man, like real quick. But for some odd reason, them people can't touch him right now. But I think it's the competition he fight.
Let me tell you about me and how you gain my support. When it comes to boxing, like a guy, I'm gonna tell you who's the last fighter that gained me as a supporter. Jaime McGill. I didn't respect him. I didn't like him. But when he fought Canelo and the way he fought Canelo,
oh yeah,
man,
nothing but respect.
I jumped on board, bro. That's my guy now, bro. I love him,
bad,
bro.
man.
Yeah,
nah,
that's my guy,
he did
bro.
much better than I thought. Much better than I thought.
Yeah, I didn't know that, dog. I thought he was, like I said, Oscar De La Hoya protection program, bro. But hey, man, after that fight, bro, he gained. Even though he lost, even though he took an L, bro, he took a W with fans. I'm telling you, fans.
Oh man,
that's a good point, man. Yeah. Yep.
I swear to you, like I got mad respect for that dude, man, because I definitely didn't think he was gonna do that. So now, because of that, and then the last fight for him, Baranchyk really got my respect. Not Baranchyk. Yeah, is it? What's his name?
That's good, ain't it?
Is Baranchyk? Is that the one who just fought the dude from Canada? No, it wasn't Baranchyk. It was what's his name? Deverenchenko.
Oh, yeah, that's him. Right.
Because that fight with Munguia, boy, that was a great fight. That was great. And I thought that Deverenchenko just was like somebody that you just want to go on and get you a good victory off of, because he ain't gonna quit and he gonna be tough, but he not gonna do enough to like take the victory. But man, seeing him fight the young dude in Canada, man, that dude fought him with a torn left shoulder, or something like that, or a torn left bicep. Man, he couldn't even use that,
though, bro. Let me tell you what that fight did to me. That fight made me hate Andre, whatever his coach's name. I can't stand his coach, because you're supposed to stop that fight, bro. Period, bro. That's poor coaching. You're supposed to save that warrior from himself, bro.
Yeah, you're right about that.
He let that man fight like that. That dude he took nothing. All he did was took age off of himself, man. He hurt, man. He got beat, man.
Yeah, and Billy was beating him the whole night long, man. He was throwing some punches back, but he was teeing off. He couldn't lift his arm up.
Yeah, and Billy's trash though, bro. And Billy ain't going nowhere, bro. The next fight
Andre
that Billy has,
Rozier be in. Andre Rozier, right? Ain't that his name?
yes, Andre Rozier, dog, he's
Yeah,
garbage,
it was
bro.
Rozier. You right about that.
I lost all respect for him, bro, because you're supposed to. If you ask your fighter, bro, do you want to continue? All warriors are gonna say yes.
That's right. Yep.
It's your job to say, you know what, bro, I'm gonna stop this and shut it down right here, man. You're hurt, you're injured. I can't watch no more of this. He got a guy getting off on him that really that barely beat him with one arm.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right, man. And he was sitting there taking. Man, I think that fight would have been different if he would have had two arms for
But he
sure.
would have. You know, they had two fights like that night, bro, where the fighter was injured and the trainer allowed him to go on. The fight with the heavyweight where his eye was completely shut and then it started swelling inside.
Not only him, but the doctor too. The doctor let that thing continue for 3 more rounds when he should have stopped it. 4 more rounds.
Yeah, but the trainer though, dog, it's the trainer.
Yeah,
bro.
Well, I think the trainer he let it go because they from Canada, and he thought that he could hit him with something, but he couldn't even see, man. The dude eye looked like Chunk from the Goonies. Like his stuff was all the way to the left.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's time for the voice to come on, huh?
Oh yeah. Yep.
But it's always good talking to you boys, man. I'm out of here.
Oh yeah.
All right, now. See you over at the voice.
Yeah, appreciate y'all, man.
Always, man. Always.
Yeah. Good cook. Get over here to Just Do Boxing now. That was BN Boxing News and Thomas Hill coming up on the panel today. Good cook. 2 very knowledgeable boxing fans. But today is Friday, but still early in the JBT day. We got Just Do coming up now, and then Jay Hardcore is back in the Hangout, and then the Mighty Rise podcast, and then the Angry White Man. Okay. I see BN Boxing News pop up in there somewhere. You never know. It's another Fire JBT show. But I'll be back Monday, right? Because if it's Monday through Friday at 2 p.m., it's the Boxtorian, bringing you all that boxing history. Okay? And today we had D Free from the winning team, Melanin Queen 27, Trump. Wait a minute. D for the win, Ace, Ryan Frazier, Danny Drew, J Hardcore #JBT, Lonnie Lee #JBT, Just Do Boxing, Mike Mazik, D1, Bruce Gas Boxing Jazz and more, Mike Rim, Let's Talk Fashion #JBT, James Brody, Thomas Hill #JBT, Miss Cass #JBT, and BN Boxing News and Thomas Hill #JBT up on the panel with me. Finishing the day off with a fire cook. Now we go to Just Do Boxing straight ahead. I'm Cass Sports. Everybody have a great weekend. We'll be back Monday. Don't forget Wednesday. I got Marvin McDowell in the building, also known as Dr. Umar. Y'all know him from a regular on the Old Timer Show on Sunday. And hopefully we can get Turkey Ali Sheik in here next. But everybody have a great weekend. I'm out.